All right, folks, got a video here for you. This is a tip or trick. So for those of you that do follow my videos, if you have found them useful, this is a good one. And I say it's good because it's a little bit personal. And what I'm going to touch on is, in my opinion, probably one of the most overlooked subjects in relation to fitness that I know of. And I think it's mainly because it's just such a touchy subject. But in my opinion, it's also probably one of the most, if not the most, valuable tools that you can have in your toolbox for reaching your fitness goals. So when I meet with somebody for the first time and they possibly hire me to put them on the right track and train them or set up their program or whatever it is, as a general rule, I think that people think that when I'm doing that, I'm looking at the current exercise regimen that they're on, the nutrition program that they're on, what their diet looks like, everything physically related. How many calories are they burning a day, and I think that that's kind of the trend of the industry right now. It's all physical related, and for me personally, when I set up my programs for people, the first thing that I always look at is that person's current habits, because in my opinion, and this is the personal side and the touchy subject side. In my opinion, you're where you're at physically because of your habits, because of the choices that you make. And for some people, that's really hard. It's really hard for them to take ownership of the reality that they're where they're at because of the choices that they made. It's easy as human beings, and I'm going to use myself as a case in point, to kind of place blame and say, well, because I have kids, it doesn't allow me to do this, or because I, have this job, it doesn't allow me to do that. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm in a little bit of a situation right now, and so for those of you that know me or around BodyFit and you see me kind of running around like a crazy person, I'm very limited in my time right now, and it's because I have so much going on. We're moving BodyFit, and I've got some other obligations to the fire department and all this stuff going on. So needless to say, it's an extremely hectic time for me. So my time is limited. Now, as a society, I think that it's fair to say most of you would agree with the thought process that because I'm that busy, it's okay if I fall short on my exercise program or don't prep my food like I should be. The food prep is my issue right now, and I've picked up a bad habit. For the last 3 weeks, and tonight is a case in point, I haven't been prepping my food, and because I'm not prepping my food, I am running out of food a lot sooner than I should be. Those of you that follow my videos, you know that I preach every 3.5 hours is when you should be eating. It's 8 o'clock now. I had my meal at 5 o'clock, so in a half hour I'm due, and I'm not going to be home tonight until 10:30. And here's where I want you to really try to, and I challenge you to do this. I challenge you to take ownership. And so for me, for example, instead of thinking, oh, it's because of my schedule, I didn't prep my meals, but that's okay because I'm just that busy right now. Unfortunately, that thought process will keep me from getting the results that I'm looking for. So I challenge you to take ownership. In my case, taking reality to the point that the reason I have no food right now and I need it, there's no one else to blame but me. I didn't prepare myself. I didn't bring the food I needed. And the beauty of keeping this thought process going and trying to apply this to your day and trying to apply this to your program is it leaves the door open for you to continue to make the changes you need so that you're not put back in this position. So for example, if I blamed my schedule and said, well, that's why I don't have food or that's why I didn't make my workout, obviously my schedule is not going to change. It's crazy for a reason. It's crazy because I have so many responsibilities that have to be taken care of. So that's not going to change. So that being said, if I allow that to take precedence to getting that workout or getting my meals in, then ultimately I'm just saying, well, I guess I can't do that anymore because of my schedule. If I take ownership now, then that means when I go home tonight, even though I'm tired and even though I left at 6 a.m. today and I'm not going to be home until 10:30 tonight, if I take ownership and I say, you know what, I'm not going to do that same mistake tomorrow, and I'm going to prep my food, tomorrow I won't have this problem. And the beauty is, ultimately, that's what's going to allow me to continue to see the results I'm looking for. And that goes back to habits. If I can flip this habit, if I can make now my new habit, or what was my old habit, new again, of always having my food ready, then this is no longer an issue. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I brought it up again because I know it's touchy, but this is something I deal with, day in and day out when I meet with people. It's not always fun, but again, as human beings, it's easy for us to come up with excuses and easy for us to kind of sit back and say, well, I'm just too tired to do it. Or, ultimately, if you want something bad enough, this is any human being that I know, if we want something bad enough, we'll find a way. So ultimately, it's your choice. If you want that new sports car bad enough and you can't afford it, you'll find a way if you want it bad enough. If you want your fitness results, case in point, we have a large membership here that takes vacation around the same time. It gets crazy busy in here come vacation season. And it's because everybody wants to look that certain way on that beach or on that cruise or whatever it is, and nothing will stand in their way. They want it that bad. So they're willing to do what they need to do to change those habits to reach those goals. So I hope this makes sense. Again, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm guilty as charged right now, but I'll be sure tomorrow to make sure that I have the food I need. So again, challenge yourself. I challenge you. Take ownership. Take the responsibility that ultimately it's up to you. And when you do, I promise you, the sky's the limit. So hope to see you guys soon at BodyFit, and look for my next video.